Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by T. T, how are you tonight?
I'm doing all right.
All right. Well, don't let me ruin your good mood. Um, let's jump right into it because we're going to try to make this a quick episode tonight because, well, in case you can't tell from my jersey that I'm wearing, Eagles' first preseason game is tonight, so we're gonna get out of here by 7:30, so I can go watch that and be a crazy moron. Um, and also I'll be on vacation next week, so we won't have an episode next week. So that makes this our go home episode before SummerSlam and Takeover. So we're gonna give our predictions on what we think is gonna happen on those two shows here tonight based on I only did the matches that we know are official as of right now because that's really all I can accurately predict. And seeing as SummerSlam is the pre-show this year for Takeover, we will do
Nice.
SummerSlam first. So let's go ahead and we'll start with the most important match of the night: Cena and Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Right now, your official prediction, T.
Roman Reigns.
Okay. So that means T is on Roman. I am also going to say Roman Reigns because I think there's no way that they put the belt on Cena when with this being the summer of Cena, but the last official date for the summer of Cena is August 21st, which happens to be SummerSlam.
Although, if they do want to stick it to Ric Flair, since he quit or got fired or whatever a
Right.
week ago, they could put the belt on Cena, have him surpass Ric Flair, and then
Well,
Roman
that'd be
could.
right. I mean, think about it. Whenever a legend leaves, they tend to try and break their records, break their accomplishments. Brock Lesnar in 2002, he became the youngest champion in history. And then 2 years later, because Brock Lesnar leaves, they put the belt on Randy Orton so he could surpass Brock Lesnar's record. And CM Punk, record title holder, 434 days for the modern era. And so they look and say, okay, CM Punk quits on us. Brock Lesnar has a 500 plus day Universal title reign. And now they got 800 days for Walter. I'm pretty sure he's going to surpass like 10,000 because nobody ever watches and he just always retains. They've had, I think, 2 UK champions in the entire history of the product.
Damn, I think you're right.
Pete Dunne and Walter, right? Is there anybody else?
I think
Or
that's
Tyler
it.
Bate, I think one of the first ones. That was 3. And then Tyler Bate lost to Pete Dunne in like his first title defense. I think that's what happened. But I haven't watched NXT UK. Everybody's been telling me. Now, have you watched any NXT UK?
I just watched the one match between Dragunov and Walter. That's it.
Do you know what episode that was? Because I want to go back and watch that match.
Uh, no clue.
Okay,
I
I'll
think
have to do research. And if anybody watching knows what episode of NXT UK, if it was a takeover, one of their Carnage takeovers, whatever they call them.
it was a regular episode.
Oh, if anybody knows the episode number, please message me somewhere so I can go in and look for it and find it. Because otherwise, that is going to take me so long, and I will no doubt get discouraged and give up. And I don't want that to happen. So, okay. Our official prediction is Roman Reigns. Although I like your thinking about that this could easily be an attempt to have Ric Flair's record broken. But I don't like it enough to change my pick. All right. Lashley versus Goldberg.
I'm hoping Lashley.
So is that your official prediction?
Yep.
All right, so I am marking it down now. It's now written in ink. T is gone with Lashley. I am going to go Goldberg, but again, like I told you, with the caveat, I truly believe Big E is cashing in. So I think Big E walks out with the championship.
I'm all for that.
All right. So Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, a WrestleMania rematch for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Probably Bianca.
I tend to agree with you, but I think this match steals the show. If there's one that I don't feel as confident in, that's the one. That's one that I feel like they could go either way. And I think that makes for an interesting story. Okay, so Nikki ASH versus Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte.
Maybe Rhea Ripley.
I know, I actually don't have a strong opinion on this one either, but
I would say Charlotte, but again, with the whole Ric Flair thing, they might halt Charlotte a little bit.
okay. So you're saying Rhea?
Yeah.
All right. It is now etched in ink. T took Rhea. I'm actually going to take Charlotte, and here's my reasoning for it. I do think there's some concern because Andrade El Ihilo talking about how he wants his entire family to come work at AEW with him. And, Ric Flair just getting released and probably going to be in AEW soon. I think WWE is going to try everything they can. They know they need to keep Charlotte. Like, it was one thing to let Ric Flair, the aging veteran, go. It was one thing to let Andrade, who they don't feel like lived up to his potential, go. But you can't let the queen go. Like, she's the freaking queen. And I think the only way you really lock her in is like, hey, we're giving you this big push, and we're going to make sure that, like, you're still featured everywhere. And the way we do that is putting the Raw Women's Championship back on you. And so I think that's what they do. So that is my official prediction is Charlotte Flair wins the Raw Women's Championship. The other match that I know of is Damian Priest versus Sheamus for the United States Championship.
I'm going for Damian Priest.
Wow, you and I think, well, no, I guess the only match that we technically had the same was Cena and Roman until now, because I am saying Damian Priest as well to beat Sheamus for the United States Championship. Is there any other match that we know of?
We forgot Rollins and Edge.
Oh gosh, I feel I knew this something was happening. Okay, Rollins versus Edge. Everybody, I apologize. This is why I probably should have tried to have a pre-production meeting, but I know you were racing home from work, and like I said, 7:30, a hard out because I'm gonna watch the Eagles game. Okay, Seth Rollins Edge. What is your official prediction there?
Damn.
I know.
I mean, if Edge is going to stick around longer, then I guess Edge. Rollins could take a loss.
Yeah. I don't think Edge is going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, I think he's going to. Now, he might go away as far as just for a little bit on the storyline, just to rest his body, get himself in shape again. But not that I think he really needs it. But it's just, I know they're limiting his appearances because they just don't want to put too much wear and tear on his body. And with them being back on the road, there could be some concern of him traveling a lot. So I'm thinking that this Seth Rollins gets the win. And just another way to push Rollins, and maybe maybe push a Rollins Roman Reigns match I mean, it's two heels, so I don't know how they would do it. I mean, I know NXT's been doing that, and we'll get into that in a minute. But so I'm gonna go with Seth freaking Rollins to win, just because in this game I'm just gonna go with the younger guy who, like, granted Seth's awesome. He's a made man already, but like I just feel like at this point, if you have Seth lose a match, you had him lose at 2 straight WrestleManias. Yeah, you haven't had him wear a championship since since what you want to call it, Bray Wyatt beat him at gosh, that was in that Saudi Arabia show, wasn't it? They
Yeah, Crown
yeah,
Jewel or one of those.
yeah, Crown. I think you're right. I think it was Crown Jewel. It was either Crown Jewel or Super Showdown, whichever one they were calling it that week. Um, but yeah, so he hasn't won a championship since then. Seth's kind of like, it's really under the radar. The tailspin he's been in, you know, like I said, losing 2 straight WrestleManias, Kevin Owens and Cesaro. Now, granted, I feel like both those baby faces needed those wins more than Seth needed them. But at some point, they got to give Seth a major pay-per-view win, right? Haven't had one in a while.
I haven't even really noticed.
Right?
But yeah, I guess
have him lose and then have that be the storyline, that Seth's all of a sudden losing all the time in these big matches.
well, they could set something up for the draft if they're gonna have one.
Yeah.
Where
Oh yeah.
And challenges whatever champion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If Seth were to win, he could just get drafted over. It's like, say, Big E. If my scenario plays out where Big E becomes WWE champion on the Money in the Bank cash in, and then they right away start talking about the draft, so that you're not all that worried that both championships are now on SmackDown. You could then just say, okay, we're having another draft anyway. And so one of them, I would assume Big E, ends up getting drafted to Raw. So yeah, that's an easy way to do that. And then you could have Rollins follow him over there, and then Rollins Big E for the WWE Championship. That would be a great match.
Yeah.
Okay, now we covered all. I guess that's it. That's all the matches we know of, right, for SummerSlam?
There's probably more, but we got the big matches.
Yeah, those are the important ones anyway. Aside from, okay, my prediction, they'll do something entertaining with the 24/7 championship at SummerSlam. Reggie will do something freaking awesome. That guy's easily become one of the most entertaining characters on WWE.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And it's funny, when they first introduced the 24/7 championship, I was a major critic. I thought, I'm like, this is going to be dumb. I'm going to be bored with it in a month. And, it's hung around, and it's actually been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Years later.
Yeah, how many? It's been like 2 years now, 3.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been 2. I thought that was going to end up getting squashed during the lockdown, during the pandemic era, but they've managed to keep it relevant and keep it cool. Okay, so we managed to get through SummerSlam in, I think, record time, especially for me talking about pay-per-views. I can go down a rabbit hole. So, okay, TakeOver. First, let's talk about the match you just alluded to, the rematch from the greatest NXT UK match in history, Dragunov versus Walter for the NXT Championship, or NXT British Champion. What are the United Kingdom Championship? Obviously, I'm telling you what I think of the prestige of that title. Any thoughts? What do you? I'll say I think the match will steal the show, and at the end of it, I'll be the one saying, "Wow, that was freaking awesome."
I mean, if they're gonna change hands, now would be a good time to do it on a big stage like this.
I agree. And I think what would be cool is if then Imperium were to show up 2 nights later or next night on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll go with you. I'll say Dragunov wins the UK Championship.
That'll be
Okay.
good.
Adam Cole, baby, versus Kyle O'Reilly in a 3 stages of hell match. Now let's go through it. The first stage is a straight up one-on-one match. The second fall will be a street fight, and if necessary, and I always love this because of course it's going to be necessary, steel cage. Your prediction?
Mm, I don't want to bury Kyle O'Reilly, but gotta go with Adam Cole.
Baby. All right. I'm going to go Kyle O'Reilly, and my reason being, typically on their way out the door, they like to do the favors for the other NXT guys. I think this is Adam Cole's call up to one of the big shows, and I think Monday Night Raw needs some star power, and I would love to see Adam Cole show up on Monday Night Raw, possibly as the next opponent for Drew McIntyre as we try to continue to lead him along away from the WWE Championship and into some other storylines. I'd love to see a personal rivalry between Adam Cole and Drew McIntyre. So I'm going to say Kyle O'Reilly wins, then paving the way for Adam Cole to jump on over to Monday Night Raw. And
Yeah. Well, let's just hope Adam Cole stays with WWE.
I know.
And had talks with AEW and whatnot.
Well, and again, I think this could be a situation where WWE sees it as, okay, what can we do to keep our main guys happy? And it could be where Adam Cole wants a major shot at being a big time player on one of the big time shows. And as much as the hardcore fan loves NXT, you and I love NXT. And I know some of the wrestlers love it. And by the way, before we get into the main event, I just want to say the announcement of the Garganos expecting Candice LeRae pregnant with her first child. So congratulations to the Gargano family. I know they're big fans of the TLC podcast. So congratulations, you two crazy kids.
Congratulations.
But yeah, I think this could be an effort to try and make Adam Cole happy by saying, okay, we'll promote you. We'll put you on a big show. We'll put you on Monday Night Raw. I mean, you got to remember, Adam Cole's, probably, what is he, around your age, right? He's around 30.
I think so, probably.
Yeah, so he grew up a major fan of Monday Night Raw. So I would imagine, put Adam Cole on Monday Night Raw to try and make him happy. And therefore you keep him from leaving and going to AEW. I think you could see a push for that. Some guys who are being rumored to possibly be interested in going to AEW, getting pushes from WWE in an attempt to keep them happy. So that's why I'm going to say Kyle O'Reilly wins the match. Adam Cole gets called to Monday Night Raw. Okay, the main event of TakeOver, which means the main event for SummerSlam weekend, Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going with Samoan Joseph.
Nice. I like that, Samoan Joseph. And, as far as who my pick is, Joe. I'm pulling for Samoa Joe. And again, they've already kind of teased the Karrion Kross jump to Monday Night Raw. This would, again, in similar fashion to what they did with Kevin Owens, when KO was still the NXT champion and coming on to Monday Night Raw and facing John Cena.
Hey, at least Kevin Owens was getting big wins, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Karrion Kross did finally beat Jeff. Karrion Kross is 2-2 so far on Monday Night Raw, which you would think this killer former, or this killer current NXT champion, undefeated on NXT, you would think you'd give him a bigger push when you bring him up to the main roster. And Keith Lee, you'd think, guy coming back off injury, someone who, he holds a win over Randy Orton. And since we have time, I didn't know if we'd had time to talk about this before we head out. Is RK Bro dead? Or was that just or was that just kind of a little funny haha thing between the two of them?
Yes, maybe Randy doesn't know how to make friends. Maybe it's over. I don't know.
Because, I mean, that would make sense to then go, okay, Orton and Riddle at SummerSlam. But to me, it's too early in the story. You didn't let this story develop. This could have been one of the greatest stories ever told had they let this thing play out. Let them have their tag title run. And then you could plant seeds throughout their title run. And then let those seeds develop.
Well, they could still do it.
I still don't feel like they closed the door on it.
Orton could be like, "I'm sorry, my anger got the best of me." Blah blah. Whatever.
Viper's gonna viper.
Voices in my head.
Dude, you think about it. Did that be cool? A cool shirt now. Randy Orton out there, in the RKO, and it's Viper's gonna viper. I think that would be a cool little marketing campaign. I haven't checked WWE Shop to see if RK Bro shirts are still out there for their own special. If they're on special, I think that means it's over. It means I'm going to grab me an RK Bro hoodie. Yeah. As hot as it is outside, and I know how much you love the heat, we will get here eventually, and I'll need that hoodie. And I'm glad I got it on special in the summertime. But I figured when they debuted the hoodie during the summer, I thought, okay, they're at least going to keep this around long enough for it to be relevant when it's hoodie season again.
I would hope so.
If not, man, that's poor marketing by WWE. And you go and get that whole line of shirts, which are pretty cool. I was definitely eyeing up an RK Bro shirt. Of course, I tend to get the shirts once the team breaks up, or just before they break up. American Alpha got the shirt, they broke up. Team DIY got the shirt, they broke up. It would only make sense if I got the RK Bro shirt that they break up. Which I'm fully on board with the RK Bro breakup to set up a WrestleMania match between the two. In fact, I feel like it could be right on par, if not better, than the KO Jericho match a couple of years ago.
Yeah, definitely. But that's a long way from now.
Oh yeah, and well, that's the thing, and that's why they got to have the tag title reign in order for it to work. And that's why and I guess there's still time. We got one more episode of Raw that maybe you could set up and say, okay, put it on Monday Night Raw, and then it's announced RK Bro challenging for the Raw Tag Team titles at SummerSlam.
And then another backstab from Orton.
At SummerSlam, or do you think that they would win the? Because I think they win the belts, and it's not until after they've lost the belts to maybe, a Mansoor and Mustafa Ali tag team. Because I think they're next in line after RK Bro.
Well, what they could do to be interesting is have RK Bro win the tag titles and then still have Orton RKO Riddle.
Yeah, and then they still got to work together and be the tag champs while like semi-feuding.
Make it be like a running gag. Orton RKO's Riddle like every week. Then he apologizes.
Yeah, he does that whole little boom. Yeah, I think that would be great. Like doing something like yeah, if they had that running gag, almost like the when Nia Jax kept putting Lana through the table.
Exactly.
They have it like 10 weeks in a row. Riddle or Orton RKO's Riddle. Yeah, I think that would be great. Like, just let the two of them keep having like those moments. It's like the end of the match. Riddle's all excited. They get the win. Goes and congratulates Orton. Orton has this like big grin on his face, like, yeah, all right, you're growing on me. And then boom, RKO. And somehow it keeps surprising him week after week. Just have him do it at different times. Maybe he hits like one time he hits the ropes. And Riddle hits the ropes and is like all happy because they won. And then as he jumps off the ropes, to come down off the celebration, boom, RKO. Oh, here's an interesting take. I'm actually curious on your take on this, T. SummerSlam on Saturday is terrible.
I wouldn't say terrible. Got a pretty good card.
Yeah, we got a good card, and hey, at least we have Takeover on Sunday. It's the pre-show for Takeover now.
Sure, the first hour will probably be boring. But
yeah, but that's not going to do much because, like, you got to remember now, it's going to be a Saturday night. You got to fight that crowd that wants to go out to the bar. So you got to do something to catch their attention, something to keep them in, to keep them watching. All right, guys, it is 7:30. That's going to be the show for tonight because I got to go watch the Eagles. Everybody had a great night. And in case you missed it on some of our other podcasts here on the Philly Sports Alliance, Ryan and I have our 31 days of Eagles jerseys, wearing a different jersey every day between now and the start of the NFL season. Well, the start of the Eagles season, which is September 12th. But tonight, I'm wearing my Devontae Smith jersey. I don't know that Ryan ever captured a picture. I think he said something where he hadn't taken his picture of his plethora of jerseys. And then because what we do, T, is the entire month, the month leading up to the season, we each day wear a different Eagles jersey. And we have a picture of all the Eagles jerseys laid out. And then each day we have that day's jersey.
That's a lot of jerseys.
Yeah. And typically jerseys are about $100 a pop.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And so, we go to this guy. We call it our Jersey for Jerseys. The guy's in New Jersey. And so we get jerseys from him. It's a knockoff, but like they look pretty legit. And it's $50 instead of $100. So yeah, we get two for the price of one. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, like I said, next week I'll be on hiatus actually tomorrow night I will be heading down to Virginia Beach, spend a week with my family where we basically live on the beach and drink our faces off. It's going to be a great time. And after the last couple of years that we've had as a family, it's been rough. Last March, losing my father, and this is the first time we're getting to do something like this. So it's going to be a week. And if I survive, I'll see you guys next week when we get back for our SummerSlam recap. So, T, anything to add before we get out of here?
No, not really.
That's why they don't call you the best color man in the business for nothing. Everybody have a great night and happy wrestling.
No, yeah.